Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Skillet coming to you from X4 Foundations. And if you didn't guess it, we're talking about mining. And you might be saying, Skillet, what about mining? We've covered this before, but again, we're taking this playthrough a little slower, kind of redoing some of the videos that I've done in the past. And if you're new to the universe, you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're new to the universe, mining. Now, what can you do with mining? Mining is the basic building blocks of the universe. Now, in total, there are 7 things that you can mine that go into making every other ware, station, ship, whatnot. First one, we're going to start at the very bottom of the rung. First one's going to be ice. Ice produces water. Now, for our universe, because we are playing the base game, water only works with foodstuffs. Anything that goes into food production. If you have the Boron DLC, then it's going to go into everything that they do. Their ships, their stations. It's a building material because the little squiddies, they need that hydration. Second, silicon. You can see right there. Silicon. Silicon produces silicon wafers, which goes into a lot of electronics and, I guess, electrical things for ships, stations, microchips, shields, things like that. And then you have ore. Ore goes to everything for your, well, it gets defined out into 2 different. It gets refined metals and then talatolodium. And the talatolodium's only really for the talati because they have a different metallurgy than the rest of the universe. But it's going to go into hull parts for missiles, for ships, for going into anything that you can build, right? It's that hard material. And then the last solid mineral that you can mine is Nividium. Now, Nividium is the highest profit-wise that you could get as a mineral. It's also the rarest mineral. And it's either being sold or you're using it in your research. And for your research, it really doesn't ask for, okay, maybe 2,000. That does seem a little bit excessive right there.
This will allow you to construct superior equipment modifications.
Thank you. And you do need it for your research. And then outside of that, Nividium's not really used. I don't think... Me personally, I don't think that Nividium is a worthwhile product. Now, you might argue, well, Skillet, it's the most money that you can make out of a mineral, and yeah, that is true. That is true. But in terms of the universe, of being able to fill a supply gap or a kink in the economic chain, Nividium is pretty useless. It doesn't go into making anything. It's there for you to either make money or to use as your research. So, with you trying to manipulate the universe, it really only helps you out, not the universe as a whole. Then there are 3 gases. You have helium that goes into superfluid coolant. You have methane that goes into graphene, and you have hydrogen that goes into antimatter cells. And each one of those 3 goes into a plethora of other wares that get combined with the ores, that get combined with, well, I should say ore or silicon, which helps produce more complex wares. And you might say, well, Skillet, I just started the game. I saw the crystal mining. We're just going to hop down. I saw the crystal mining video. I've done the crystal mining. I've done some missions. I've made some money. what should I do next? In terms of mining, what's good? What happens? Well, let's roll over here, because over here we have two ships. Now, these two are S-class miners. Now, each faction has an S-class miner. And this... Ooh, it's really fast when you run and then you're on the conveyor. It gets kind of crazy. Now, this one is a courier mineral miner. And this is one of my favorite ships. And it's one of my favorite ships, and yes, we're going to go inside because that's my favorite part. Because this ship, look at it. You got a ramp, you got a ladder, and then you got rocks. And then rocks. This ship aesthetically is it for me. This brings me back to like The Expanse or the reboot for Battlestar Galactica. This, I don't know, it just draws me in. I am a miner. And then you look at the design, right? You have the adjacent mining laser to the cockpit. I just think this is a cool ship design. It's one of my favorite ships in this game. And then over here, we have a Talati Magpie. Now, I like the Magpie for a specific reason, and it's because its mining laser is right below the cockpit. And now, if you are a veteran of the channel, I do have to say I might have to give the little lizard boys a break, because I mean, look at this. He can see over the controls. He has a full view of everything. He does.
Magpie mineral.
He can actually see. But these are the small miners. And small miners, you know what? Let's actually get in here. Because small miners are good for when you get into that funk, right? Where you're like, I don't know what to do. I'm going around doing these missions. You know, what else? Well, you can actually take out a little miner. And if you want to go hunt for Nividium, you can go hunt for Nividium. Now let's go Shift 2. Aha! Now if you played the tutorial, you're going to find out.
Asteroid.
This is ice, the weird white-ish color.
Asteroid.
The blue, silicon. Let's see here. Let's divvy out. That's ice. We're looking. We're looking. Let's see, do we have anything over... Oh, hello, little ice. Have anything over here? I want to show you ore. Oh, hello. There's a crystal. And a good thing about the mining laser, right? See, it's already on manual aim right there. All you have to do is... boom. That's it. Let's suck all that good stuff in here. Perfect. Ah, there's the ore.
Asteroid.
Ore. So... nope, that's the wrong button. Ore is this yellow... or orange, sorry. Orange kind of color. And on here... we have this off color, and that's a resource node, or that's a mineral node, you could say. And they're all going to be that kind of shade of orange. It's just when the ore color and that color, sometimes it can be a little confusing. But let's take a look. Now, the only rock that we don't have close to us is going to be Nividium. Now, Nividium is roughly this purple color. In terms of color on the rock. its node... Oh, hello, blue. Its nodes are going to be the same. You know what? Before we get to that...
Asteroid.
Let's hover on that. Before we get to that. Now, what you can do... Let's try to find a node. Hey, look, a node. What you can do, just like we did with the laser... Or, I'm sorry. Just like we did with the crystal. You can go up to these nodes. Beam it. And then... Was that more than one thing?
Asteroid.
Yes. So we're going to get silicon,
Asteroid.
and we're going to get lodestone. And if you ever come to a mission that you need something specific, like lodestone, or spacefly eggs, or what's the other one? Spacefly eggs, lodestone, unstable crystals. You can do this, and you can get those crystals, the spacefly eggs, the lodestone, pretty easily. It just takes a little bit. Now, where did that... Ah, it's right there, isn't it? This is the one? With the crystal? Yeah, you are. You could get that material pretty easily, especially when it comes... Boom. Look at that. So simple. Oh, we got some unstable crystals here. Let us go land before the constabulary comes and tries to arrest us. You could get those minerals pretty easy, or those inventory items. Now, after the S-Class, which I encourage you, get in S-Class. This is not... It's kind of fun to go around, especially for the Nividium, right? Because you're going to need it. And the S-Class would actually be good for your research. So it can specifically go for the Nividium and then bring it back to your station. But after the S-Class, you have M-Class miners. And M-Class miners are probably where you're going to kind of start your mining empire, or your expanse into mining with. Because after you have enough money... We are a little heavy. After you have enough money, it's probably going to be one of the first things that you do get, is a medium miner. And
Successfully docked.
thank you. And for your first medium miners...
It's an honor to have you aboard.
I got stuck. Thought the game froze. For your first medium miners, I'm not gonna suggest an ore miner. What I'm gonna suggest is a gas miner. So, this is our fleet, right? Some time has passed between 1.5 to now 2. So we do have a good bit of change. We also only have 2 mineral miners. Now, these mineral miners, or solid mineral miners, are here in Grand Exchange. One's for ore, one's for silicon. And these guys are bringing some much-needed money into our coffers. But where we started was with gas mining. Now, gas mining we have going on in 18 billion with helium and methane. So 2 each. 2 for helium, 2 for methane. They have... Get you out of the way. Hey, where'd it go? They have a graphene refinery for the methane, and they have a helium refinery for the superfluid coolant. There is a need. Now, out of almost all my playthroughs through this game, every kink, every hole, every lack of aware can typically be found in one of the gas production lines. Antimatter cells, graphene, superfluid coolant, because the gases aren't as abundant as they are the ore or silicon. Now, if you are new to the game, the tutorial should have told you, but the red is a solid mineral. The purple is a mixture of gas and solid. And then the blue is just gas. Now, gas miners hold a little bit of an edge, and this is my opinion, but they hold a little bit of an edge because they don't mine a solid mineral. They don't get the attention attracted to them like your ore miners or your silicon miners, because the little pyramid boys, the little kayak, however you want to call it, they're not going to readily attack them. Now, that's not to say that they're not going to be attacked, because the little pyramid guys, there was a battle that happened here with some pyramid boys. But the pyramid boys aren't going to... They're not going to shy away, but they don't shy away from any ship. It's whatever sector has an abundance of mining activity. And that's specifically for the solid, the silicon, and the ore. So, of course, if your gas miners get in the way or get in the sights of a little pyramid guy, yeah, they can get attacked. And that's where large miners come in. Because large miners, their shield capacity is... well, it recharges faster than the damage output of the Kion lasers of the little pyramid boys. And that goes for their S and M class, because I believe... no, it's just a heavy fighter, never mind. They're all S class. Because there's the little pyramid, and then there's like the weird looking one, the Hive Guard, I think it was Hive Guard. It's bigger. I think that's still an S class ship. Your L class miners can deal with that. They have turrets. They have the sustainability to be able to fight off the little pyramid boys, and they can actually take down or take on a swarm of them. It's not uncommon in the universes that I've played where I've had a large miner be consistently attacked by 3 to 4 pyramid guys. Now, until you get enough rep, the faction won't come help you. You do need to hit, was it 30 rep or whatever, to be an ally, right? I'm correct in that, right? Oh, 20. You need 20 rep to be an ally. And at that point, your ships, the police will go and help your ship. If not the police, the military. Which is good. But what this does, or what this can set up for you, as long as you're getting that steady flow of income, all of this scales with your growth. Not just your growth, but the growth within the universe. Because, like I said before, most of the times that I have had or I've found a kink in a supply chain, it comes down to one of these basic, fundamental building blocks. Superfluid coolant, graphene, antimatter cells. I've had silicon wafers at one point be in such a high demand, or ore. Now, what you can do to spread the wealth to some of these sectors that have like an ore refinery but don't have ore close, because sometimes it's a roll of the dice of where stations are built, is you can do trading stations. So you're basically building a trade station just like you see within the universe. You're doing solid, you're doing container, you're doing gas, and what you can do is do it specifically for mining, to be able to spread that resource further out into the galaxy. And how I would recommend that is you do the large miner to supply the ore, the gas, whatever it is, to the trade station. From there, what you can use is the medium miners for delivery. Because a solid ware can only be contained in a solid container, for a ship. Liquid, and then contain. You guys understand what I'm talking about, right? A solid storage, liquid storage. Storage is the word I was looking for, not container, because container's its own thing. So container storage for wares, solid storage for ore, silicon, ice, Nividium, and then you have liquid for your gases, helium, methane, hydrogen. You could use the M-class miners to deliver those wares, the ore, the gas, whatnot. And that's where you have the impact, because mining will always be in a need. The universe will always have a need for one of those. As long as you can keep those building block stations, the helium refineries, the graphene refineries, the talatoladiums, the refined metals, the silicon wafer stations, as long as you can keep those supplied, or if you can go and build them yourself to help supply the universe, the more money you can make. And that's just going to scale throughout time. But this is Skillet. I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. There's plenty of people within this community that will give you their take. They might do things a little different than what you've thought of. We're all here because we love the game. And I love conversations about the game. Drop a line. Say hello. Let us know how you're doing in your universe. Maybe you get stuck. Maybe the Xenon are fast approaching, which does happen. And it happens a lot more than you might think. And somebody might be able to give you some ideas for where you are in your universe as well. But this is officially episode 2, Mining. This is going to be Skillet. I will see you guys again. I hope you have a wonderful evening, morning, whenever you watch the video.